guys, Josh here, and today we're going to be doing a video on essentially what's kind of a taboo for some collectors, but we're going to be doing unlicensed props and figures. So the first one we've got here, we've got a NUKA-COLA bottle. This one is actually fan-made. I guess this is what you pretty much consider to be the lesser evil. And with this one, this is actually bought on Etsy. The shop name, I believe, is Pixel Bash Props, and purchased for $50 American. For myself, a big part of my collection is the aesthetics of it. I put a lot of pride in my display, in the items I have, and pretty much making sure I have a good feng shui with everything. And one thing that you really struggle to find is a lot of items that really make your display stand out. Varieties of colors, sizes, and for myself, a big one is in-game items. I'm a huge fan of having things that actually exist in the Fallout universe, this being one of them. And for something as iconic as NUKA-COLA, it's hard to believe that there isn't anything like this licensed and created yet. So that's why I got it. This is actually by far the best looking one I've found. Other ones tend to be 3D prints that are then just painted. This is actually a full-on resin cast. It's not hollow, it's completely solid through and through, so it actually has a healthy weight to it. And then you get the nice translucent appearance. And for those of you that like your displays, it just makes it stand out that much more. There's a lot of different fan-made items on Etsy. Most of them tend to be 3D prints, then hand-painted. You can buy some stuff that is just a print that is completely blank that you can paint yourself. A lot of different clothing, things of that nature. So again, like I said, it's pretty much the lesser evil when it comes to unlicensed goods. Next, we have, this is actually legitimate emergency drinking water. And the entire purpose of me buying this again is just strictly the aesthetic value of it. This is actually what they modeled the in-game model off of for the purified water in Fallout 4, and I believe in Fallout 76. I've actually seen them in the beta. And the nice thing about it is, again, you have a decent size with it, and it's a good, I guess I'd call it a forward piece for a collection. It's something to put in the front that isn't too tall, isn't too short, and it doesn't take up a bunch of room. And again, when it comes to aesthetics, just having items that actually exist in the Fallout universe is appealing to me. And the fact that it's a real world item that they've modeled, I just find appealing. And one big thing for the collectors, especially those that are looking for that aesthetic value, is it's cheap. I think I got this for about $6 shipped on eBay. The next one, this is actually what I've done myself, and it's something that a lot of people have picked up on, even though it's a tiny item. When I post photos of my displays here and there, whenever we're doing comparisons within the groups. Within the game, whenever you find something like a house key, often it'll be found with the Vault Boy bobblehead attached. And the thing that caused me to do this is when I saw the in-game model and saw this specific pattern on the key, I knew that they modeled it off of a real-world key. And I actually saw someone in one of the collectors groups who had made something similar to this. So I wanted to really push up a notch, and having the attention to detail that I do, and just that drive to make it as authentic as possible, I made sure to go to the hardware store, pick up this specific key, and then have it cut and attach this bobblehead. And as for the bobblehead itself, that actually came from an extra lockpick bobblehead I had received. I had purchased a lot of, I believe 7 of them. I think it was the first series of bobbleheads, and 2 of them I received doubles. So when I messaged the seller and told him that I received doubles and I was missing 2, he sent the missing 2. So now having 2 of them, I was able to have a sacrificial Vault Boy head. For a side note, for those of you who may want to do this, it's a good idea to have a large ring and to drill down low enough, because otherwise you have to open it too wide and it ends up bending and you won't be able to get it back. So down there. This guy, I'll put this under fan made, given I made myself. Made myself a NUKA-COLA quantum cap, along with many others. Having produced numerous paintball events, specifically in scenario and doing the Fallout scenario event, given my love for the series. We actually made these as in-game currency. So a lot of the bottle caps that you'll see on Etsy, on eBay, etc., possibly even some of the promotional ones that you see from companies, most of them probably come from a website called Bottlemark. You can have the custom caps made with no minimum quantity for, I believe, 6 to 8 cents, depending on the color that you use. That being said, the reason I specifically brought this one is to go with the next guy. And I guess this would be probably the greatest of all evils when it comes to unlicensed goods. The reason being, this was a product created by a Chinese company called U-Toys, I believe. And what it is it's a Fallout 4 Vault 111 Soul Survivor kit. With this kit, what you get with it is you get the Vault jumpsuit, all of the leather armor, the Pip-Boy, which is actually very detailed, which surprised me, the boots, and I believe you get just a set of generic hands which aren't capable of holding anything. And the detail is actually pretty sharp. You actually have a small working zipper. On the back, you have these loops which can route the wire that you'll see on the in-game models, and then the buckle and loops as well as all of the pouches. The rifle itself is just a generic 1/6 Springfield 1903 rifle that I purchased, and the head itself is that is a licensed item. That is the head from the 30T45 figure that I've got, which I attached to the body, and the body is just a standard Hot Toys Viking body, I believe it is. The only thing that you have to make sure that you do is, with the Viking bodies, they come with the actual rubberized neck, but the head sculpt itself has a neck, so I ended up having to cut that away to fit the head sculpt. With 2 necks, obviously one has to go, and it's not coming off of the head sculpt. And the reason for the cap being the stand is just from a Joker figure that I already have, and in my display I just place that in front so you don't see it. I just haven't ordered the stand yet. So in regards to the fan made specifically, with the rifle, this is pretty much just a stand-in for now. I've ordered some rifles that are modeled similar to the Remington 700, and from there I'm going to be painting them myself. I'm going to use some wire to wrap around the stock, some aluminum tape that I'll place at the bottom of the action to make the Fallout 4/Fallout 3 hunting rifle. More specifically, the Fallout 3 version that is a little bit more beat up. So there's a lot of different things that you can do with your collection and with your displays to really make things stand out and to really get that aesthetic value. Again, for myself, it's about aesthetics. I do really appreciate the limited number of editions of different products, but I do also, like I said, really like the actual real in-world Fallout items and just have a visually pleasing display overall. So while it's not about taking the purest approach where absolutely everything has to be licensed, for me it's more of just seeing my collection displayed and enjoying that. So here and there I will get items that just really make everything else pop and stand out to get just the best overall look. And that's what I enjoy as a collector. You may be different, you may really like fan-made stuff, you may really like props, you may like 3D printed items, you may like having something that's just specifically unique that only you have, and that all has its appeal as well. It just comes down to what you like as a collector. So, as always, please comment, like, and subscribe if you've enjoyed our video. Have a good day.
Well, that whole thing went pretty good.
Yeah. Hey, I wonder. I bet filters would work on this thing. Let's see what we got. Oh shit, yeah. That's awesome. Okay. What else we got? Oh, you're not agreeing with me now? Oh, there we go. Fuck yes. Still moustache. Yes! Pin up. Oh, you're fabulous. Goddamn fabulous. Oh, yeah.